The Presidential Election Petition Court has rejected the request by the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, to broadcast the court proceedings live. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Presidential Petition Court rejected the request by the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, to broadcast the court proceedings live. Justice Nami stated that live streaming requires planning and budgeting and cannot be allowed without the necessary policies and rules in place. The court unanimously dismissed the application. At number 2, the Dangote Refinery has started operating today and it has the capacity to process crude oil from Africa, Asia and America. It will produce a surplus of 38 million litres of petrol, diesel, kerosene and aviation fuel daily, which will meet Nigeria's entire fuel demand. The refinery, commissioned by the President Muhammadu Buhari, first tranche of petroleum products from the refinery will be supplied to the markets before the end of July, according to the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. At number 3, according to a working paper released by the International Monetary Fund titled Nigeria's e-Naira 1 year after, the public adoption of the e-Naira has been disappointingly low. The IMF reported that only 1.5% of downloaded e-Naira wallets were used for transactions and that the digital currency had yet to move beyond limited adoption. The paper also noted that President Buhari formally unveiled the e-Naira at the State House in Abuja on October 25, 2021, but about 98.5% of downloaded wallets have been left unused. At number 4, an NGO called Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability has claimed that Nigeria had not repaid its Chinese loans, but the Debt Management Office has denied this. The NGO had praised the ruling that ordered the current president to explain how $460 million from China had been spent on a project that was never implemented. However, the Debt Management Office stated that Nigeria had not defaulted on any debt service obligations and remained fully committed to repaying its loans. At number 5, the Supreme Court has scheduled May 26th as the date for delivering judgment on a case filed by the People's Democratic Party. The case seeks to disqualify the President-elect Bola Tinubu, the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima. The party also requested the court to overturn the Court of Appeal's ruling headed by Justice James Abundaga. The Court of Appeal had stated that the party did not prove its locus standi. At number 6, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke has been re-elected as the National President of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, running unopposed for another 2 years. Chris Piwuna was also re-elected as Vice President during the 22nd National Delegates Conference of ASUU hosted by the University of Jos. At number 7, the NMPDRA has announced that from June 1, 2023, operators who do not have licenses and transport less than 500 litres of petroleum products will not be allowed to load or distribute. The Executive Director, Distribution Systems, Storage and Retailing Infrastructure, Obugo Okoha, stated this at a meeting in Abuja. Okoha warned that licensed operators who supply unlicensed facilities will face severe penalties. He urged operators with storage above 500 litres to get licensed and abide by the PIA and NMPDRA regulations. At number 8, unknown assailants attacked the community of Iye in Benue State, Nigeria, while residents were preparing to sleep. In a statement, the TIV Youth Organization Worldwide President General Comrade Andy Anza is urging the government, traditional councils and international community to investigate the role of the military in the attack and provide assistance to evacuate victims to safer locations. According to him, prior to the attack, the Nigerian army had arrived and were patrolling the area, causing suspicion among locals. Survivors accused the Nigerian army of collaborating with the attackers and the community fears further attacks. At number 9, Iran has passed a new law that prohibits politicians with dual citizenship and those with permanent residence in another country from running for parliament. The law was passed to prevent conflicts of interest. A similar law was passed in 2020 to ensure that only candidates with Iranian citizenship can run for president. The recent execution of a British-Iranian politician has sparked a debate among Iranian politicians about the loyalties of those with dual citizenship. Finally, at number 10, the United Nations has released a report stating that extreme weather has caused the deaths of 2 million people and $4.3 trillion in economic damage over the past 50 years. The report shows that there have been 11,778 weather-related disasters from 1970 to 2021, with majority of deaths occurring in developing countries. The WMO chief Peter Talas emphasized that vulnerable communities suffer the most from weather-related hazards. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.